Hi guys, Puddin here with a game for you in my Tier 7 French battleship Lyon. Now, my captain skills are priority target, expert marksman, basics of survivability, concealment expert, and of course advanced fire training. My modules are protect my main batteries, DAMCOM 1 and 2, and better accuracy. Now this is gonna kind of be first impressions. How do I like the ship? Have I been enjoying it? What do I think of it? I believe this is like my 4th game in it. As you can see, I'm really not flagged up in it. I did get the mission for this ship out of one of the French crates, so you are able to play it prior to the release. Now, the reason I took Expert Marksman is because I actually did finish the French collection, and I have the unique commander. These turrets kind of turn slow, but I think on this game I might not have had the commander in it, because I noticed it just didn't seem like Expert Marksman was doing much, to where like with on my Iowa and Missouri with Steven Seagal, it seems that Expert Marksman really does help those out. But I believe this is my like fourth or 5th game in it. I don't have very many games in it, but I have been playing it every day, trying to get my first win in it, just in hopes to get all that experience, so when the lines do drop, I can go right in to the Tier 8. Now, this ship is a keeper, and what makes this ship so special is it gets so many guns, or so many barrels per turret. It's 4 barrels per turret. I believe these are 13 something ish guns, so they're not extremely high caliber guns. Now, I have been messing around with going with AP or AG on this. I believe these may be the same guns from the Dunkirk. I'm not 100% sure. But what seems to be working for me is kind of treating this like a Scharnhorst. Go for cruisers with the AP, and, kind of use that AG at range on battleships, and the closer you get, use AP. Now, this game I went strictly all AP because I just wanted to see how well it would work for me. Of course, I do prioritize cruisers over anything unless it's a broadside battleship, but once again, I'm just trying to get a feel for this ship. I'm playing extremely conservative because I'm not familiar with this ship or this ship line. I haven't watched too many videos on the French. There's still no, for the most part, people are still trying to figure them out. Everyone's talking about the top tier French a lot more than the mid tier. But, I feel like this ship is the keeper. It's a solid ship. Now, I do think that this is probably a better of a late game BB, just because you do get so many barrels. So conserving your health early is going to be a big thing. To me, it feels like I eat a lot of damage, but then again, I am showing a lot more of my side to try to get all of my guns into play, because I do want to see how well this thing can soak up damage. But it just, to me, I think with all the HE, that this thing really does seem to eat HE damage, or it might not, but to me it just feels like it does to me. Now, as you can see, the enemy have 2 caps, we have 1. They're gonna be about 200-ish points ahead. We've lost 1 ship, but I'm playing it conservative over here because I know the Mallorca has 10-kilometer torps. And I believe this was the point where I kind of realized that maybe I don't have the unique commander in, because I really wasn't turning too hard, and I wasn't able to keep my guns to bear. Now, I did get a nice citadel on him. He was angled a little bit. I noticed that there is the Minakaze. I was going to slow down and try to finish off the cruiser, but there's the Minakaze 7 kilometers from me. I am not going to be sitting still. Now, I know this isn't the old Minakaze that we have all known in absolute terror, but I will respect any Minakaze just because I knew it before it kind of got nerfed to where it is now. I just don't want to be around them because, you know what, it's just I'm so used to playing against the old Minakaze and not the new one, because there are so many Kamiyaras, fusions, and those type around. I just fear Minakaze in general. Now, I was going to keep the AP loaded because it's still a DD. I'm still a battleship, and battleship AP is real. But, you know what? If I can finish off this cruiser, great, because that's going to kill any sort of spotting potential for this DD. But he's blinking in and out. I shoot one. Luckily for me, my turn stopped me from shooting the rest of them. What I'm going to do is wait for the DD to kind of make his turn to where he's, you know, somewhat angled, so my shell could come in and can have a better chance to pen, which it did. And luckily we finished him off. I believe an overpen would have only done 850 points of damage, so I would have needed to finish him. Managed to pull the ship count back, and then lots of bad things start happening at once. We start losing a lot of ships, but luckily for us, you know, we've had one cap to kind of keep us in this game. The one thing about this ship is it seems to bleed a lot of speed in a turn, maybe a fair amount more than normal. You know what, I'm so used to the Germans. You know, the Germans just don't seem to bleed as much speed. But you know what, battleships do bleed a lot of speed on the turns. This ship just doesn't feel fast to me. You know what, I do play a lot of the high tier ships. So anything that is sub 28 knots just feels god-awful slow to me. Now, I mean, I do have the ability to do 27-ish knots, you know, throw on some flags. I might be able to pump that up some more. But, you know what, I mean, like I said, this is like my first impressions. You know, my thoughts, my feelings. You know what, I'm still learning the ship, and I still, you know, kind of, you know, making mistakes because I don't fully understand the ship or the ship line. But, you know what, I'm still going to treat it as a battleship because I want to see if it can fulfill the traditional battleship role. Now, as you can see, we are just horrifically losing, but you know what, we've hit that one cap to just kind of keep us in the game. The hood showing me broadside, and you know what, I do some nice damage. She was angled, these shots were a little bit behind. But right now, in the point of the game, is where target selection is going to make the difference between failure and not. Now that you guys kind of have my impressions or thoughts about the ship, I'm going to focus in on the gameplay. I need to focus on whatever I can potentially one-shot. Cruiser reversing. The guy was dead anyways, but gets detonated. You're welcome for the flags. Making sure the Myoka makes his turn so I have a better chance of actually getting a Citadel to finish him. And boom, we just managed to finish off 2 cruisers. Now, I am making my push on to the C cap. Because you know what, we need to get a cap. We are not getting any points except for outright killing them. Now, Do I shoot the Indianapolis or do I shoot this battleship? At this point, I have more help with people shooting me this battleship than I do the Indianapolis, so focus fire is going to kind of help me out. But if this Indy is showing me any sort of broadside, I will take a shot in on him. But if he's not, I will get back to not shooting the battleship and actually shoot the Indianapolis. Just because if any of you don't know, the Indianapolis actually has a weak rear end. I do have one turret available to shoot at this battleship, so I might as well try to get it on to target, get a shot to help these guys. Now what I'm going to do is obviously heal up, but I'm going to turn, well, I was going to turn, but, you know, take shots in on the hood, just to try to help chunk things down. He was showing me more side than the British, well, they're both British, but the lower tier battleship. And then I noticed in Atlanta, 9 kilometers. What I'm doing is slowing down to use the island to cover me from the 2 battleships, and I'm going to solely focus on the Atlanta. Now I really don't want to use my damn com because it's an Atlanta and there's a good chance he could just reignite the fires. I am trying to catch this gentleman in a turn, but I aimed improperly. I am trying to get all of my guns to bear because it is still an Atlanta, so you should just be HE spamming. Failed to get the big hit. I am stopping. I am reversing because I want to keep the 3 ships behind me out of this action. I just want it to be the Atlanta. I'm trying to minimize the amount of guns on me, because if you did see where prior to target 2 or 3 were folks looking at me, but shells are only coming in from one spot. Managed to finish off the Atlanta. Now at this point I'm just going to continue making my turn, and I was trying to anticipate maybe the Indianapolis coming out from the one side, but he's not. The Iron Duke is getting a little far, but really what I want to do is go dark so nothing can hit me and finish capping this thing, because the other guys are spotted and they can just constantly be reset. Now I notice I'm still spotted and I haven't shot in a while, so I'm trying to figure out what the hell can see me. So it's got to be the DD, but nothing is targeting me. I'm going to do everything I can to come out and help kill this Indianapolis, because we still need to kill ships, you know, relatively fast. We are getting no points except through kills right now, but we are capping C. Now, the Indianapolis has an excellent bow against cruisers, not so much battleships. But I do kind of aim up into the superstructure because I'm not sure how well it will do against these 13-inch guns. Why take the chance? You know, try to get, you know, guaranteed damage. Now I'm going to hold my shot for a little bit because I want to see what this gentleman's going to do. If he's going to try to turn to juke me, or if he's going to stay showing me side. I'm doing everything I can to help ensure that our battleship stays alive, as I just actually noticed, even in-game at the time this is happening, that I just got a Kraken Unleashed, that I actually managed to kill 5 ships. The other thing about the Indianapolis is I nicknamed it the Citadel Machine because the AP on that ship is real. You will be surprised at how many Citadels you can get in that ship. Now I'm going to focus on, obviously, the low health battleship here, because one is the only thing I can see, but because I can't see the hood. But what I'm going to do with the hood is keep him targeted, but then I noticed somebody just took a nice big chunk. I noticed we have a battleship down there looking at him. We have the Queen Elizabeth able to see him, but I noticed that the battleship to the south just took a shot in on him. I'm going to see if he finishes him off because there'd be no point shooting. I shoot, then the queen shoots, and then, you know, the hood dies. But you know what? It was concentrated fire to where if the queen failed, maybe I would have. I probably should have been a little bit more proactive in calling out targets earlier, but you know what? It's still a flaw of mine that I am trying to get better. But as you can see, we're still losing by, you know, they have 400 points more than us. They have the caps as I finally finish off this Tier 5 battleship. Now, all the New Mexico and Fuso have to do to win this game is run away. Now, unfortunately, the New Mexico is not known for its speed, and the Fuso is not known for its concealment. Now, I'll let guys know in chat, kill the New Mexico first. Get rid of the lower held ship. You know, if we all focus on the New Mexico, it's only going to take, possibly with all of us shooting at it, 1 to 2 salvos. It's not going to take as many as it would be on the Fuso. I know somebody's gonna in chat actually make the correct call. Somebody should get on B camp to try to give us as much time as possible. But there is no way we're going to win by capping out. We have to kill these guys. They've held these caps way too long, and it's going to take us way too long to actually get to B and cap it out. Now at this point I should have switched to HE, not AP. But like I said, it's still kind of getting to feel this ship. But more importantly, what I'm doing is I want to close the distance on the Fuso, not so much to New Mexico. We'll pretty much let the ships to the north deal with him, while I'm trying to get as close to the Fuso as possible to keep him spotted. Now I have one heal left, which if I did use it, we'd be almost about the same amount of health. This guy slows down for whatever reason. You know, did a nice job juking me out of these first 2 rounds, but you know, they noticed that he's not going at a particularly fast speed. Now I am trying to angle to do as much as possible to not take as much damage, but like I said, you know, to get all of these guns to bear, you're exposing way too much broadside, and it just seems to eat a lot of damage. Is I get a nice 12k salvo with 3 turrets on this gentleman, but at this point I'm starting to think I'm going to have to stay broadside. I'm going to have to eat these shells from this guy, because I need all of my guns to potentially finish this guy off. I don't care who kills him, as long as we kill him. 3 of the turrets fire, waiting for the 4th one. As I do a nice 8,000, finally get the 4th one, but these guns aren't going to reload time. If I maybe stayed broadside, I might have been able to get the killing blow, but at last, this guy's going to die to somebody else, but I did not want to die, because that would have meant we lost. Fuso burns to death, and now we're going to check out the post-battle results. I hope you guys really did like this video on my thoughts, my impressions, and target acquisition with the Tier 7 French battleship. I'm still trying to learn the ship, and if you've played it and have your feelings or your thoughts and your impressions, it would be nice if you guys shared your experiences in the comments below. But remember, choosing the right target at the right time can mean the difference between victory and defeat. Just sitting there farming damage instead of killing off low health ships is usually a good way not to win battles. And remember, it's not kill stealing, you're just securing the kill. I I really do hope you guys enjoyed this. We do appreciate all the support you guys give us. We do love the replays you send in. The email for that is in the description down below. Remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. And with that, guys, please hit the like and subscribe button and have a great day.